This video will showcase how you build and use jump pads as well as speed pads, but we'll primarily focus on jump pads as they recently got a pretty major buff. How to build the Engipads. First, you gotta be on the server and play engineer. Open chat and type /pad or pads. Then you just enable them, and now your teleporters will be either speed pad or jump pad. The orientation of the building will dictate this as shown here. When running on a speed pad, the speed boost gained will be the same for all classes, meaning all classes will run at the same speed while boosted. Jump pads will just make you jump. The jump pad's launch power is unaffected by speed boosts as long as you're running along the ground. Meaning that if you have a speed boost and you walk on a jump pad, you will jump the same distance as before. Standing still, however, will make you jump straight up. You are able to air strafe, like you would with rocket jumps and air strafes, and you also don't take any fall damage when jumping on jump pads, which is useful. Crouching, however, will make you go high, but not as far. However, if you jump and hold crouch, you will go both high and far. The best of both worlds. Whether it's a speed pad or jump pad is not tied to exit or entrance. It's purely based off the rotation of the teleporter when it is planted. Meaning that you can mix and match, change whenever you feel like it. Switch around which is a speed pad, which is a jump pad, to whatever you feel the situation requires. A redeployed pad builds a lot faster than one that is built from scratch. You can switch back to using teleporters at any time. Simply open the menu by typing /pad and disable it. You can either destroy and rebuild your teleporters, or you can do the cool thing, which is just to pick it up and put it back down again, and voila, your jump pad is now a teleporter. As shown here, jump pads and speed pads are never connected. They are individual, so that means a spy will only be able to sap one of them at a time, as opposed to teleporters, who both get sapped at once. This can be useful in situations where your entrance gets sapped or blown up. In situations like these, when you're trying to just keep your teleporter exit alive, and the spy manages to destroy the entrance, but you manage to keep your exit, you can just simply open the menu, enable the Engipads, and then put down a jump pad or speed pad, as this will build a lot faster than if you build it from scratch. Since you can't upgrade Engipads, sometimes you'll have to cover the difference in health when changing around like this. While enemies can't use your Engipads, spies can, the same way they can use your teleporters. So you should be wary of that, and spies, you definitely can take advantage of this, especially speed pads, as you can get some nasty stabs. Or you can do trick stab like this. Let's look at some theoretical jumps you can do. This has been shown in a previous video, but I'm showing it again, that you can make some clever jumps using it for attack or defense if you want to shorten distances where you want to go. You can also do a tech where you pick it up as you jump on it, similar to Wrangler jumping. Can also be used for an escape, like so. And then used to relocate, falling back. Same applies to speed pads. Helpful when you're turtling backwards as engineer on defense. And remember, crouch for additional height. Here's some practical uses. Here I'm doing the crouch jump. Gives me a lot of height and therefore lifts me up in the air by this entry. Not a good idea. Jump too high. So let's reduce the jump height by just walking on it. And of course you have a stronger gun and a whole different situation. What probably has the biggest effect on heavies, as you can see, you can do some jumps, land on people who are attacking unsuspected enemies. Bomber Heavy is now a viable thing. Since jump pads provide mobility, which is a very strong tool in the right hands, only your creativity limits how you do, and of course your skill. Here's some clips from the Balance Mod play session. These are actual games against real players. You can use it for a heavy jump to get this really weird surprise attack. You can also use it to reach places where your class normally wouldn't easily be able to get. However, you have to be careful because this is not a replacement for the teleporter. It's not gonna make the teleporters obsolete. So do keep that in mind. This is a very situational tool where in situations where teleporters are usually never built. Getting good value out of your speed and jump pads can be very tricky in the beginning because it's a new concept for players and for engineers. It has to be in the right spot at the right time with the players that knows how to utilize this feature. Jump pads in this situation would allow my teammates to jump into the enemy spawn and also get across this chasm without being a jumper class with these. However, no one did it. Maybe this time people will actually use this, because here they can use the jump pad to jump over the fence. Like this soldier, basically a free rocket jump. With these new tools that provide a whole new level of mobility for all classes, it's up to you as a player to experiment and figure out what works. That was a good one, by the way, really great jump pad. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something, because these jump pads and speed pads can be a bit tricky to use, both build in the right spot and get the most value out of, so I hope you learned something. Also, be sure to join the HiGPS Steam group as well as the Discord to never miss any announcements for when we do play sessions and play on this server, because we are really trying to build this as a community, because the balance mod is great and you are great, and together we're both great. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe!
Thanks for standing still, wanker.